photographs on the walls. This place looks just like it did back in the 1930s.
You know, this brochure said the place is haunted.
Really?
Yeah, right there.
Pretty interesting stuff. Kinda spooky.
Can I help you?
Yeah, we just came into town and we were wondering if you had any rooms available.
Oh, yes. We have plenty of rooms. I am Miss Cleo Fernandez, Sosa Rivera, Mercader, Duffy, and de Papapis. But you can call me Miss Cleo Fernandez, Sosa Rivera, Mercader, Duffy, and Papapoulos. I read the tarot. I see the future in the lines of your hands, like my mother and grandmere before me. Welcome to the Gibson Inn. How many rooms do you need?
I think we just need one.
See, is room 128 available? Oh, you want a haunted room. Is it really haunted? Maybe yes, maybe no. There is darkness in some places, and that darkness feeds on the soul of a man or a woman. Sometimes it comes out of the corners where it is hiding and consumes the person. Would you like to find out?
I don't think so.
Oh, honey, please.
Okay, Pumpkin. Yeah, we'll take room 128.
If you follow me, I will take you to the room. And then I will tell you the story of the past and murder. Somebody was murdered here? Yes, many have died. Some by natural causes, some by the hand of others, and some by their own hands. The story, I will read the cards and tell you the future. You read cards? Yes, I read the tarot, and I will tell you your future. Now, if you come with me, we will let the story begin. Wait! You need the key to room 128.
been shot.
Who did this?
Danny, there's no time. Look, listen. Here. Take this. Please hide it. Keep it safe. Cause it leads to
Oh no! Oh no! George!
What are you doing here at the Gibson Inn if you're in town with supplies? All the stores are all boarded up for the storm.
Well, Sheriff, many people know when I'm in town, I like to check on the Gibson girls. Make sure they're okay before I go back to the house.
Sit down, David. Annie, Sunshine, just tell me what happened. Sunshine, I'll start with you.
I think Annie should go first. She's the one who found the body.
All right, Annie. Start from the beginning and tell me everything that happened.
Well, I heard a loud thud and then a pop noise like a firecracker. So I came downstairs to investigate. And when I came downstairs, that's when I found poor George lying on the floor. I went over
Sadie, where were you when the sunshine called you into the parlor?
I was in the kitchen, son.
What were you doing? How long have you been in there?
I've been in the kitchen for the past hour.
And what were you doing in there for the past hour?
I was preparing supper, son.
When was the last time you were here in the parlor?
Right after lunch, after tidying up,
Did you hear anything while you were in the kitchen?
I heard a big bang and a pop, and I didn't think nothing of it. I thought it was just the wind of the branch banging against the door of the storm due to the hotel.
Sadie, is that all?
Yes, sir.
Tell me again, David, why you're here.
Oh, Sheriff, I came into town for some feed. You know that slope back poor old horse on the island? Needed to get that feed before I got back before the storm hit land.
Huh.
You don't think I had anything to do with this, do you, Sheriff?
Calm down, David. I didn't say you did. Just trying to figure out where everybody was at the time of the murder. And why again are you at the Gibson Inn and not on the boat back to the island?
Sheriff, many people know when I'm on the island and I come into town, I like to check on the Gibson girls, make sure they're getting along just fine.
Again, David, have a seat. Annie, Sunshine, did you see David in?
No, Sheriff. He was already here when I came downstairs from getting a sheet to cover the body.
Already here? Nobody saw him in? Sadie, did you see David in?
No, sir, I ain't seen nothing, but he ain't that much to look at anyway.
I think I agree with you on Sadie. David, how long had you been here before Miss Gibson came downstairs?
Sheriff, I just arrived.
Did you see anybody suspicious up on your way over here?
No, no one's suspicious.
David, when I came downstairs, I saw you next to the body. What were you looking at?
Sunshine, I was curious. I'm not used to seeing a friend of mine lying in a pool of blood, dead.
David, did you touch the body?
Oh yeah, no, I didn't touch the body, Sheriff. Did not touch the body.
Did any of y'all touch the body? Are there any guests left here in the hotel?
No, Sheriff. Everyone left due to the storm.
Sunshine, you keep a gun here in the hotel?
No, Sheriff.
Sunshine, wait. We have Daddy revolver locked in a drawer in the office.
Well, that's right. I forgot about that whole thing.
Annie, can you go fetch that gun for me, please?
Sure.
While Annie's getting that gun, let's search George's body and see if we find anything that leads to his murderer. I don't feel anything.
The revolver, go! It looks as though someone broke into our office and took it out of the drawer where we keep it. But the lock and key.
What do you mean it's missing?
It's missing, I tell you. It's not there.
Well, did you look through the entire drawer and all the others? Lord knows you could have missed something in all this commotion.
Yes, I did. The revolver is gone.
All right, that's it. Nobody leaves this room until I figure out what happened. I don't want anybody else dying on us. Does anybody have any idea why somebody would kill George? Gino! What are you doing here?
I was a pet at home after securing my boat. But the wind picked up so bad I could barely walk. So I see the lights on and I come in for show. Sheriff, what are you doing here?
There's been a murder, Gino.
A murder? Who?
George!
Oh, poor George. Jesus, Joseph, and Mary.
Gino, we've been trying to figure out. You know any idea why somebody would want to kill George?
No, sir. I used to deliver shrimp to George almost every week. He was one of the nicest fellows you could possibly meet.
What is this, seafood festival? Roger Chapman, drugstore told me somebody had been shot over at the Gibson. I thought I'd rush over and see if it was true or not. Maybe I can help.
You know how those Apalachicola rumors are, though. They spread like wildfire.
It's not a rumor, Doctor. Not only has someone been shot, but killed. Down at the door now.
What?
The body's right there, Doctor.
Oh, no. Oh, gee, Moses. Oh, who would do such a terrible thing? That's what we've all been trying to figure out. You can shed any light on it, I appreciate it. Well, I don't know if this will help or has anything to do with this case or not, but I was talking with George over to the bank the other day. He told me he's located a map leading to millions in gold. He says it's buried out on St. George Island.
Gold?
A treasure map?
Where is this treasure map? You don't think someone shot him for this map, do you?
Calm down, David. We don't know why George was killed. Sunshine and I searched the body, we didn't find anything.
Maybe he hid it. Maybe it's hidden somewhere here in the hotel. Maybe someone shot George for that map, because that map leads to the gold, the treasure.
David, you're acting awfully suspicious. You sure you don't know something about George's murder?
I don't know anything about that murder, Sheriff. Nothing. I do know one thing. I don't want to end up dead like him.
Nobody else is going to end up dead. We put our heads together, we can figure this thing out. And Doctor, did you have any other information about the so-called treasure map? Well, my daddy was always telling stories about pirates, treasure, and shipwrecks out on the island. Then there's that story about that pirate, William Augustus Bowie. Legend has it, Captain Billy buried his treasure out on the island right before he died. Legend says there was a map leading to the gold. Nobody seems to know where it might be.
And Doctor, I heard the same story when I was just a little bambino, I mean, people have been searching for that map and the treasure for years, and no one has ever gotten close as far as I know.
Well, Sheriff, where do we start?
Where I always start. We gotta figure out who George's enemies were to see who would want him dead.
Everyone liked George, Sheriff. I've never heard anyone say one bad thing about him.
It's mostly true. Doctor, do you know anything more about this treasure map?
Well,
Yes, Steve?
well, legend had it the pirates have buried millions of gold on the west end of St. George Island. Treasure hunters been coming here for years, searching it, and no one's ever found it. Now, Mr. George, he loved my biscuits and gravy. He was always coming to that hotel. And when he would eat my biscuits and gravy, he always was telling me how he was researching legends and he was looking for that treasure. Now, after what's happened here today, Sheriff, I think he's just too close to finding that treasure.
Say, did George ever mention any details or ideas of where he thought that treasure might be?
He said it was hidden in one of the houses at that time, but I don't know which one.
A house here in town? Has anybody heard about a treasure map dated by all the poems here in Apalachicola?
Well, Sheriff, I'm hesitant to say this, but I did hear tell that the map was found when the town was preparing to be under attack by the Union Army, from the water, during the War of the Northern Aggression. I mean, legend has it that whoever found that map hid it to prevent it from falling into enemy hands, and thus helping the Union cause.
Well, why wouldn't the same guy who hid that map come back and dig up the treasure after the war?
Oh, maybe he was killed during the war. Maybe that map is still hidden.
Well, Sheriff, you know, it was too strange. when Mr. George would come and eat my famous biscuits and gravy at that hotel for breakfast, he will always be looking behind picture frames and such. And you never know, it may be hidden in the hotel somewhere.
Sheriff, I'd like to add to that.
Go ahead, Gino.
Well, I mean, every time I would go visit George, he would tell me a new historical fact about this town. One day, he told me that he was getting pretty close to finding his treasure and the map that would lead to it. He was pretty sure he knew where it was buried, but he needed that map to confirm it. Then George said that this would be the biggest historical discovery in Apalachicola's history.
Did you ever see him on the island searching for that map?
No, not at all. But myself and the others who live on the island, we would see George come, we would see him go. We didn't pay any attention to that at all, huh? I mean, people have been looking for that map for a long time, and no one has even gotten close as far as I know.
I don't know about all that. We're all stranded here. I think we should go search. Map is here somewhere.
David, what are you up to?
Well, David does have a good point there, Jack. Since none of us can leave here till this storm lets up, we'll figure this thing out. Might as well make good use of our time.
All right, before we search for anything, though, David, Gino, give me a hand. I want to move George's body into the kitchen.
Hold on. I'm not used to working with any dead people. I'm not a mortician. I'm a lighthouse keeper.
Hey, Paisan, he ain't gonna move himself out now. Give us a hand.
There's no way you can move him by yourself.
Then get out of the way. We won't work it.
Never mind, David. We got it. See what these business bears feel like.
Oh, man!
Oh, say, you gotta stop beating this guy.
Well, I guess it's not a problem now.
All right. Let's break up into groups. Sadie, you and David take the kitchen and that side of the house. Annie and Sunshine, you search here in the parlor. Gino, I want you to search outside on the front porch and the grounds. Doc and I are going upstairs to search the room. If anybody finds anything, holler.
Sunshine, I'm still in shock. I don't know why anyone would want to mother poor George. No, Annie.
It's gonna be all right. We'll get to the bottom of this. I promise.
Sunshine, if that treasure wasn't real, what would you do with all that gold?
Oh, there are a lot of things I would do with all that gold. The first thing I would do would be to get out of Apalachicola. I would want to go to some far-off place away from all the heat and mosquitoes. Maybe like one of those places I've read about in romance novels. What about you?
Oh, I don't know. Well, I would try and help as many people as I could and fix this place up and turn it to a truly fine hotel with a wonderful restaurant and a beautiful porch where everyone can sit and enjoy afternoon cocktails and pretend to listen to Mr. Tyler's stories. I love it here. This is my home.
If I were a treasure hunter, where would I put a map?
Well, I don't know. What about all that stuff that Sadie said about the map being hidden in one of the houses?
Which house do you think it might be hidden in?
Well, I don't know, but you heard what she said. George came here every day for breakfast. It may be here.
It might be here.
You never know.
No.
Nothing. We found nothing. We looked in the office, we looked in the kitchen, nowhere.
Nothing upstairs. Any luck down here?
No luck.
It's getting up pretty bad.
Gino, did you find anything?
No, I didn't find nothing.
Sadie mentioned George talked about Matt being one of the houses here in town. Does anybody have any ideas? Anything at all?
Well, George had to come calling to our house several times over the past month.
You didn't tell me. You didn't stop by.
Well, I didn't think anything of it at the time.
Well, did he say why he had stopped by?
Just no reason in particular other than he was in the neighborhood and he was stopping by to say hello, and I would always make him some tea.
Did you ever leave him alone in the house?
Well, I would go in the kitchen and make him some tea, and I'd leave him in the parlor, but I never left the house completely.
I wonder how many houses he called on. Oh, yes, Sadie.
When I was in the kitchen one day, I seen a notebook with the name written on it, and this is the notebook.
What name was that, Sadie?
Oh, Sadie, please, you must tell us.
Hayes.
What? My house? Sadie, why didn't you tell us sooner?
Well, miss, I didn't want them to think you were the killer.
I knew it.
What do you mean you knew it?
It's just that when she said he'd been by so many times, I figured that must be there.
I think we should go search the Hayes house now.
Just because he had Hayes written down his notebook doesn't mean the map is at my house.
Look, sweetie, we've already searched the hotel. The house is dead.
I hate to say it, 'cause it's the last thing I want to do, but I agree with David. If we go over there looking for the map, we might be able to find some clues that leads to George's murder. Everybody, grab your raincoats. We're going on a field trip. Come on, ladies, we're always waiting on you. Hurry up, we'll get caught in that wind. Come on, ladies.
Give me that map. I said, give me that map.
David, why did you kill George? All for some treasure that might not even exist?
I didn't kill George. I thought you did.
I didn't kill George. He gave me the map right before he died and told me to keep it safe. If you didn't kill George, why do you want the map?
Keep it out of the hands of those who did kill him.
Well, David, who did kill him, huh?
I don't know. I don't know.
Did you get all the towels?
Am I your wife or am I your wife? Of course I got the towel.
You are such a treasure. I wish somebody would bury her and the little dog.
Hello again.
Gee.
Checking out.
Hell yes, we're checking out. I'm not going to spend another night in this creepy hotel.
Did my story scare you, or was it room 128? Honey, I absolutely love the joint. He's just a big scaredy cat.
I am not a scaredy cat.
Whoa!
Listen, last night that room never got above 50 degrees. And I checked. I had the thermostat set on 75. And then all night long, I heard out in the hallway, there were footsteps. Footsteps going up the hallway and down the hallway. And up the hallway and down the hallway. And up the hallway. I mean, you understand. And then at 2 o'clock in the morning, I heard a knocking on the door. I was afraid it might be you. I went and I answered the door, and when I opened it, there was nobody there. We are checking out.
Oh, too bad for you. So sorry. You are pobrecito nervioso. Please sign out, if you don't mind. I am sick and tired of this. You do this every time. We go away and you make some big stink and we want to leave early. I don't know why I go anywhere with you anymore. You know, next time, Pookie and I are going to go on vacation ourselves without you. That wasn't very nice of you, Royce.
Oh, move your ass.
Oh, wait a minute. Be careful of the heat. It's a killer. Goodbye. I told the couple the story of the past and the murder. Now I will tell you the rest of the story. Oh.
slug out of David here. And then let's see if we can pull it out of George. See if we can get get a match.
All right. You ladies might want to avert your eyes for a time.
I may not want to look either. Put it right there. Doctor, you mind digging the one out of George? See if I can compare the two.
Well, all right.
Are you thinking it was the same gun that killed both of them?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said, do you think it was the same gun that killed both of them?
I'm not sure yet. Any luck?
Well, here it is.
Doctor, what do you think?
Well, I think it was the same gun.
Well, how can you be sure it was the same gun?
Well, Mary, every pistol barrel is finished on the inside with grooves to spin the projectile to make it more accurate. The grooves make marks on the projectile, kind of like fingerprints. The marks on both of these projectiles are the same, which means they came from the same body, the same gun.
Almost well said, Doctor. I hate to send you out in this weather. Could you check the porch for any casing?
All right.
Can you really tell the type of bullet that it is? Or the type of gun that was used?
If the doctor can find some casings out there, we'll be able to tell what kind of caliber bullet was used, and maybe what kind of gun was used.
Sunshine, I'm scared. I don't know what scares me more. The storm or the fact that there's a killer on the loose.
It's all right, Andy. It's gonna be all right. I'm sure the sheriff will get to the bottom of this.
And you have my word. I'll figure out who did this. Don't you worry about it. Any luck?
No, nothing out there. Either the killer picked up the casings or it fell through the cracks in the porch floor.
Damn it! Sorry, ladies.
Sheriff, what are we gonna do? I mean, do you have any other clues?
Just don't know, Gino. I know one thing. Either someone in this room or someone in this audience. We gotta get back to the original question. Who would want George dead? I don't think any one of us would want to kill George. With the chance of finding the treasure, and being rich beyond our wildest dreams, anybody could be tempted. The question really is, who would murder to get that treasure? I heard that. And now, with George and David gone, this wise guy in the audience, the bigger question is,
So what do you think, Sheriff?
I think we got to start at the beginning. I think we need to start with Sadie. Sadie, maybe you know more than you're letting on. Maybe you saw more in George's notebook than you told us.
No, sir. I swear to you, I don't know nothing. I wouldn't kill Mr. George for nothing.
How often are you over the Hayes house?
Doing some house cleaning a couple days a week with Miss Annie.
Are you often left alone there, or is Miss Annie there with you?
Sometimes she is and sometimes she ain't.
Have you ever gone searching for that treasure?
No, sir.
You've never gone searching for that treasure, ever?
No, sir?
Doctor, when was the last time you saw George?
Oh, just the other day over to the bank.
Did he say anything about the treasure?
Well, he did mention it, as I said. Well, you know, George, he gets hold of something historical. He loved to tell the whole world.
What did he say about it?
Just that he was close to finding the location of the treasure.
Did he give you any details or ideas of where the treasure map might be?
Oh, no. None of that.
Other than that, did you see George any other time?
Well, just in downtown or just passing.
Thank you, Doctor. Sunshine, what about you? Did you see George recently?
Well, I see him every now and then when he comes in for breakfast, and I say hello to him, but other than that, nothing.
Other than pleasantries? Did George say anything about the treasure map or the treasure?
No, not a word.
Do you know anything about the treasure map?
Well, I have heard Sadie and some of the other servants talking about it in the kitchen, but that's all I know.
What were they saying about it?
Well, just that they heard that George was close to finding the treasure, and then what anyone would talk about when they're talking about treasure, what they would do if they found all that money.
What did they say they would do if they found all that money?
Oh, all the usual stuff. Buy a new car, new clothes, a house, get out of Apalachicola.
Did they ever say anything about searching for the treasure?
I wasn't in the kitchen very long, Sheriff. If they said it, I didn't hear them.
Sadie, did any of the staff ever say anything about searching for the treasure?
No, sir, not that I'm aware of.
Gino, you said George used to talk to you about the treasure map and the treasure. Is there something you haven't told us?
Nothing that I recall.
Nothing at all?
Well, it's just what everybody else has been saying, huh? George said he was getting pretty close to finding the treasure.
Did you ever see George on the island searching for the treasure?
Well, myself and the others who live on the island, we would see George come, we would see him go. We didn't think anything of it at all. People would come to the island for years looking for that treasure on the map, and no one has found it yet.
One big difference is, George mentioned to every single one of you that he was close to finding that treasure map. Gino, when you were on the island, did you ever see anybody who said they knew of a treasure map or talking about they knew of a treasure?
No, sir. But the local history books say that the treasure is buried here, then they say the treasure is buried there, and that's pretty much what people have been going by, huh? I mean, the treasure hunters have been looking in the same spot for so long, they probably have dug a tunnel to China by now. Well, what about you, Sheriff?
What about me?
Well, I mean, you questioned all of us about our recent encounters with George, huh? But we don't hear nothing from you about your encounters with George. So, Sheriff, when was the last time you saw George? And did he have anything to say to you?
I see George in church every Sunday. He's never said anything about a treasure or a treasure map.
Well, how do we know any of this is true? Any one of us could be lying about what we know or what we saw. And the only one that can confirm any of it is dead.
Sunshine's right. Y'all ain't got no proof of any of this.
I think we ought to just sit down, think about everything that we've seen and heard, and see if anything comes to us. Sadie, could you get us some coffee, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, please, somebody say something, huh? Are we going to sit in silence all night?
What do you want us to say?
You got something more to add, Gino?
Nah, nothing.
Miss Mary,
caliber bullets. Sunshine, what type of gun did you say was in the office?
It was a Colt revolver that took 38 caliber bullets.
Same bullet that killed both George and Dave.
You mean someone stole our daddy's gun and used it to kill both of them?
That's not only possible, it's probable.
But who would have known the pistol was in the drawer? We never take it out, ever.
It's a good question, Annie. Who?
Well, that's crazy. You really think that someone broke into the drawer, got the pistol, killed George and then David? And any man in town has a weapon of some sort. It could have been anyone.
Sunshine, that's probably a true statement. Most men in town do have a weapon. The real question is, who knew that gun was in that drawer? Annie, you were the one that discovered the desk was broken into, correct?
Yes,
How many drawers have been broken into?
just the one, Sheriff.
Just the one containing the gun?
That's correct.
Did you notice that the desk was messy or somebody had been searching for something?
Well, not that I can tell.
That's it. That proves that whoever stole that gun knew exactly where it was. You know, if this was some random theft, that desk would have been ransacked. And getting back to the whole comment that you said about it's never brought out, the gun has never been brought out, I think that proves it. And the only two people who knew that the gun was in that desk are Annie and Sunshine.
We didn't kill George and David, Sheriff. I swear. Oh.
It's okay, Andy. It's gonna be okay. How dare you insinuate that one of us is the murderer? We were both upstairs during the first shooting, and I was with y'all on the way to the Hayes house during the second, and poor Annie could have been shot and killed herself along with David.
Sunshine's got a good point, Sheriff. Annie was so distraught when we found her. There's no way she could have done it. What Sunshine says, she was with us during the second shooting.
Annie, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to suggest that I thought you were the murderer. I'll find out who did this, don't you worry. The question still gets me. Is there any way a staff member could have known that gun was in that desk? Is there anything else kept in that desk drawer other than the gun?
We do keep papers in there that we take out on occasion for business purposes.
Was the gun stored below the papers or on the top of the paper?
The top, I think.
So each time you had to get to the papers, you'd have to take a gun out and set it on the desk.
Yes.
So don't you think it's possible that one of the staff saw you take the gun out and maybe you weren't aware of it?
Anything's possible, Sheriff.
See, maybe the staff know there was a gun in that drawer.
Well, Sheriff, I seen Miss Annie, when I was in the office and, looking from the kitchen drawer, I seen her pull out papers and pull out a pistol.
And if you saw the gun was there, then maybe one of the staff members saw that gun.
I don't know, sir.
Sheriff, you better do something soon before somebody else ends up dead.
You're right, Sunshine. I suggest every one of you go upstairs and lock yourself in a room. Stand guard down here. Don't move until I say so. Gino, I need you to help me with the body. Sunshine, hit the front door, please. We're going to take him and put him outside. Oh! Ah! Sadie, was he eating some biscuits and gravy too? Oh, never mind.
Sheriff, before we go, though, how do we know that you're not the killer? How do we know that you won't be snooping around? Look at that pressure map.
I can assure you I'm not the killer. You know, I was over with everybody over at the Hayes house when we went searching and David was killed. I can't be the killer.
I trust you, Sheriff. Come on, y'all. Can we please go upstairs and try to get a little bit of rest?
All right, head upstairs.
here. Oh, there's fresh blood on that candlestick.
I didn't do it! I swear!
Then how come that there's a fresh blood on that candlestick that you're holding, huh?
I don't know! I swear I didn't do it!
If we know you didn't do it, you're carrying a candlestick with fresh blood on it.
I heard some footsteps down the hallway, so I came down to investigate. And I grabbed the candle and lit it, and y'all came out of your rooms too!
How do we know that you didn't come down the stairs, huh? Kill him, and then quickly run back up the stairs to your room, huh? And then you wait for us to come out of our rooms, and then you come out and pretend to hear some noise, and you say, "Ooh, I think I heard a strange noise." I just came out to investigate. Oh.
Gino has a point. We can't prove that Annie killed the sheriff or not. It could have been any one of you. I have an idea. Let's look at each other's hands, clothes, see if we can find any blood stains or clues whatsoever. Now, I'll go first. Mary, come up here, look at my hand.
I don't see anything.
All right. Now, you inspect Gino, and Gino, you inspect Mary. I'll look at Annie. Come over here. Anybody find anything?
Nah, nothing. What now?
Have any of y'all seen Sadie? I think it's mighty unusual for her not to be down here in the parlor with all this commotion going on.
Oh, come on, Eddie, let's go check the kitchen, huh?
Oh, doctor, what are we gonna do? Now there's 3 dead bodies and a killer still on the loose.
Sunshine, I don't know. I just don't know. Still trying to get my head wrapped around all this. Can you think of anything? Can you think of anybody who would want all these people dead?
No, I can't think of anyone. Sorry, doctor.
Gino, where's Annie?
Look, she's in the kitchen. She'll be back in a minute.
Did you find Sadie?
Nah, she's nowhere to be found, huh?
Oh, Mary, come over here, please.
What is it, doctor?
Please come here.
I don't understand.
Said, come here.
I don't think so, doctor. Gino.
Oh, Sunshine, what is this?
Oh, come on, doctor. You're a smart guy. What do you think this is?
You mean you're the killer?
Well, we are the killers.
Why, Mary?
Because I'm tired of living in this rundown old place. I want to travel. I want to see the world. I want to live the life I deserve. Gino and I have been lovers for a while now. Ever since we found that map and heard about the treasure, we couldn't let it go to some museum for tourists to gawk at. That treasure is meant to be enjoyed, and I intend to enjoy all of it. You got the map, Gino?
Let's go. Yeah, me, I'm all right. Let's dance to it.
So, doctor, how'd you figure it out?
When Gino came from the kitchen without Annie, I could see he had marks on his hand. When he was close, I could see it was gunpowder. That explains explains why you claim you didn't see anything on him earlier.
I see.
Did you have Gino kill your sister too?
No, my sister's still alive.
Well, where is she? I locked her in the kitchen closet. Well, don't you think she's gonna catch on? Don't you think she's gonna know why Gino locked her in the pantry?
Well, she might. But we have a story all worked out. We're gonna tell her that you were the killer. And then when you pulled out this gun on us, Gino was able to wrestle it away from you and shoot you before you could shoot us.
No.
How's that for an airtight
Oh,
alibi?
no.
Sunshine!
Annie! Run! Your sister's a killer!
Killed 2 people in her night, and maybe a third. We still gotta go see if we can find Sadie.
Oh, good Lord, is the safety come out? Oh, thank God you're all right. Of course I'm all right, Miss Annie.
Oh, Sadie, we've been looking everywhere for you. Where were you?
Well, I came out early to find out what was going on, and someone tied me up and gagged me up and locked me in the hall closet.
Oh. Well, how'd you get out?
Well, Miss Annie, you always know I had a hairpin, and I am so glad they're good for more than one use.
Annie, Gino said he locked you in the closet in the kitchen. How did you get out?
Well, it's true. Gino took me in the kitchen while we were looking for Sadie, and he shoved me in the pantry and locked it on me. And I am so glad there's more than one.
To get her. Deputy!
I need you to take Mary Ellen into custody.
Yes, sir.
Deputy? You handle this right. I'm gonna let you wear my hat.
Jack? What all happened to you? We thought you were dead.
I wasn't dead, Doctor. You just hit me over the head. I was unconscious. By the way, what kind of doctor doesn't check for a pulse?